These are brain focusing headphones. They help you actually stay focused longer, help understand your brain better. They have little EEG pads here where it measures your brain waves. It measures your brain waves while you're working to see, are you staying focused? Are you losing track? Do you need to take a break because your brain has been working so hard? So today I'm gonna share what these are like. Are they actually worth the money? It is powered by Neurable AI. They did send these over to me to test out. I've been using them kind of on and off. I love my AirPods too much, but these can change the game when it comes to brain scanning, focus, and being able to be more productive. So let's get into it. Now, how do these headphones work? You can see this is what they look like. It says Neurable AI. They have these pads right here that measure your brain waves. The pads can actually be removed. You can see all the little diodes right there for capturing your brainwave data. You don't have to put any kind of gel on, which is really important as headphones that you might use in the workplace. They look pretty normal. They fold up. These are the green color. I don't think they look too bad. They look clean, pristine. I like them. They have active noise cancellation built in. This is the power button, the A and C button. Volume up and down buttons right here. USB-C charging on the bottom as well. So they're super easy to use. They come with a hard travel case. So you can easily travel with them. They work as great headphones, and this is kind of what they look like when you put them on. We'll have the right ear to the right ear, left ear. So now they're connected and on, and this is what they look like on my head. I think, they look like standard over-the-ear headphones, which I think is super powerful. But there are some value adds to these. They have EEG sensor fabrics in the ear cups. And they kind of actually want to start putting these in other headphones and licensing it so that way you can have brain tracking in any headphone brand, which I think will be insane if they're able to do that. Imagine you buy Sony headphones, Apple AirPods, and they all have this brain sensing technology built in. They come in different colors, onyx, this is the olive, navy, and silver. They're releasing actually a lower price version as well that's more accessible too. But this is really for knowledge workers. You work at a desk, you need to stay focused. You're a biohacker, you're a productivity-based professional, and you want objective data on your cognitive state. There's an app that tracks your brain waves, your focus levels. It tells you when to take breaks, tells you kind of your brain age. You can run tests on yourself. It's pretty insane the level of things that you can do with these headphones. So if you're already tracking stuff with wearables, this is just another thing to add on. Now, Neurable built the original MW75 Neuro at $699. They're a bit heavy, expensive. The LT is their smaller version to help with being able to wear it and be a little bit more comfortable. And EEGs are expanding. If you've ever tried the Muse headband, I'm using the Somni headband for sleeping. That's EEG. This is EEG for focus, productivity, wearing during the day. I think the more we can understand our brain, the more we can focus, the more we can create cool stuff. It's going to change the game. Now, how does this all work? It's a 12-channel dry soft fabric sensors built into the earpads, the EEG system. There's no gel, there's no setup. You just wear it, you're good to go. It processes your brain activity for focus level updates in real time. It has on-device processing. And then some of the more powerful metrics happen in the cloud. So it's a bit of a hybrid. It has 22 hours of battery life with audio only, ANC off, 13 hours with EEG focus tracking enabled, 10 hours with EEG plus active noise cancellation, and then it charges via USB-C. You have Bluetooth 5.2, AAC, aptX, adaptive SBC. There's about a 100-foot range. You can use USB-C digital audio up to 24-bit 96 kilohertz. There's a 3.5 millimeter analog input as well, and multi-pairing supported. So I can pair it to my phone, my iPad, computer, whatever I need, and be able to quickly switch between them. There's ambient transparency modes. You have the physical buttons to change volume, turn active noise cancellation on and off. There's EQ customization in the app, and it's available in the US, Canada, and international coming soon or already available, depending on when this video comes out. It costs $499 for the LT and $699 for the original MW75 headphones. There's a lifetime premium app membership, which they value at $200 a year, which comes included when you buy it. But future buyers might have a subscription. So this is kind of comparable with the AirPods Max at $550, the Bose at $450, the Sony XM6 at $350, but this has brain wave tracking, which is crazy. Now, what are my thoughts so far? I realized that I love the audio quality of AirPods so much that it's hard for me to switch to a new set of headphones. Don't love that. Now, there's an app here. It shows my brain health on this dashboard here. I just did a quick brain scan, so you can see the data about my brain. My cognitive speed is optimal, but it's only 64%. It shows that my certain brain waves are out of range. My mental recovery is 61%. And this was like a 2-minute test where I just sit there with my eyes open, eyes closed, and it measures my brain waves on my headphones. Now I can run a focus tracking session to understand how well I'm able to focus. It shows you all the stats and data of how you use it over time and how your brain might be performing. So that way, if I'm too tired or I'm actually prepared to work extra hard, it will know that based on the data of tracking my brain waves. It gives me a brain age. So this will measure my biological age of my brain. I know on a Whoop, we're getting the overall Whoop age as well. So people love knowing that they're younger. So you need to log at least 30 minutes of sessions throughout the week to use the score. So maybe I should use this more to be able to get the information. If you want to see more data around this, let me know and I'll make that happen. There's also now a Neurable AI coach where I can ask it questions about my brainwaves and how I'm doing. You can see how the sensors track your brainwaves. It says remain still, all set, looks like we're good. And then you have a whole bunch of settings that you can control and change as well. So when you're ready, you can do brain training, cognition, focus, and meditation. It all starts within the app right here. It's super easy to use. You power it on, boom, one press, paired, ready to go. They make it effortless to kind of use these headphones, which I like. The only downside is you have to use their headphones and their kind of audio quality, which if you don't love it and you're an audiophile, then you might use these headphones less. But if your primary focus is tracking your focus ability, your brain waves, this can be game changing. I think one of the unique things that they're able to do is the AI detects when your focus dips and it prompts you to break before you feel drained. They tested this in partnership with Mayo Clinic. So it actually, people preferred the Neurable breaks over standard schedule breaks. And then the touchpad on the headphone can trigger end breaks without reaching for your phone. So it's just like stay focused, keep your phone away. You earn focus points, so they gamify the ability to focus. There's a daily goal of 100 points. You get your brain age, cognitive strain. Metrics that are tracked are focus, calmness, anxiety resilience, cognitive speed, mental recovery. So there's a lot of interesting stuff that they're doing that I have never seen in any other headphones. There's audio biofeedback, so the music volume can increase as your focus deepens. So it helps create like a sensory feedback loop, and it pairs the audio experience to your cognitive state in real time. Now, what are some potential problems? The 22 battery life is audio only. So with the EEG stuff, it drops to 10 hours. That's one work day. So you probably work with it and then charge it every single day. The cloud data, so some stuff is onboard, some stuff is cloud. There's a hybrid. They haven't really detailed which stuff stays on device and which stuff goes to the cloud. So it's like, yes, some of your brainwave data could be going to the cloud and we don't really know in terms of how it's being used. So if you're very privacy conscious and you want nothing in the cloud, there's something to keep in mind. The EEG accuracy limitations. So yep, they're headphones. It's consumer grade EEG, so it's not like clinical wet electronic setups. So there are some limitations around the hardware. And then the fit and hair type can affect the sensor contact. So if it's poor contact, you're gonna have noisy flag data, which just won't be as valuable. They only have a 14-day return window. It's not ideal when it takes weeks to figure out how valuable it might be for you. Something to keep in mind. And then the initial setup. I had some connectivity issues, firmware updates, the typical electronics that you buy. You're gonna have to deal with that, so keep that in mind. We will have a link down in the description for this. If you do plan to buy it, click that link. It helps support the channel. What do I think? I think it's valuable. Trying to track your brain waves, trying to be better at focusing, this tool can be powerful. But then you really have to ask yourself, am I going to actually use it? Am I going to stop using other headphones and use this instead? You really have to want to improve your focus, so keep that in mind. This is the Neurable MW75 brain tracking headphones. Subscribe to notifications. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.